Spring practice is here, and what does that mean? We got some roster updates, as in weights have increased. Some players lost some weight, but we had some big gains in the positions that are the most critical. Let's go that direction. So let's dive into the ones that jumped out to me, as well as the position change that everyone's talking about. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. This video is powered by our partners at BetUS. Check them out. They're hooking up the gamer. 150% bonus on your first deposit of $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. I know y'all are excited. I'm excited. Whenever we have spring practice beginning, that means that the football season's coming up. And the Oklahoma Sooners allowed the credentialed media to go out there and see the first 30 minutes or so of practice. When they did that, they also dropped a new roster for the spring. So you got the new roster updates, and you've got, of course, some your standard name people, your current players. You got your true freshmen that have early enrolled, and it got your boy a little excited. So I want to take a gander at this. First off, shout out to George Stoya. He posted this on the social media, so we got it on the X-Bird of some of the big notable weight gains that you saw coming from your trenches. First, you had David Stone is now up in the over 300-pound range, 313 to be exact. Javante Barnes put on some weight at 216 now. You've got Devon Mitchell, who's up from 259 to 275 pounds. Jacob Sexton added 10 pounds and 333. Gavin Sawchuk's over 200 pounds now, running back. It's a pretty huge gain. And then Dominic Williams at 320 pounds. That's pretty big for what the Sooners need to do, because if you truly think about it, the biggest thing that we talked about for Oklahoma was you had to have bigger boys in order to survive the SEC. You need to have some larger size players. And when I went through the chart, man, we have every single offensive lineman but two that's over 300 pounds at minimum, with true freshman Sean Hutton at 292. And then redshirt junior Gunnar Allen is at 294. But everybody else, over 200. Key players that I saw also, Michael Fasusi is listed at 6'5", 302. Ryan Fogier is listed at 6'5", 324. Eddie Pierre-Louis at 309 pounds. Guys, I'm just telling you now, the trenches have grown. They've gotten bigger. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked to see that we got players we got some numbers. We got some big boys that we desperately need for competition, like I said, in the SEC. So, but I want to look at the defensive players, that defensive line. I told you about Dominic. I told you about Stone, but a few others have made some jumps, and there was a position change that everybody's talking about. But first, shout out to our partners over there at BetUS. They're going to hook you up. 150% bonus on your first deposit of $2,000. 125% bonus on your second and thirds by using promo code YouTube150. And we got the NBA playoffs going on, and they will hook you up with all the games, especially the NCAA tournament. And so you can jump in there and, put some bets on March Madness, who you think's going to win it. Maybe the Sooners can make a run and get in. All of that, I don't know. But they've got everybody in there, especially the conference championships, which is coming up very soon. You'll be able to choose from which team can win their conference. So if BetUS allows you to get into the action, if you want to, check them out. They're going to hook you up when you first get started. 150% bonus on the first deposit. 125% bonus on the second and third deposits of $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. BetUS, where the game begins. So I looked at the defensive line. That your boy's excited. So look at this. Your defensive lineman for today right now is, you've got, looking at your edges first, Marvin Jones Jr. coming in here at 6'5", 255. Daniel Collier, 6'3", 250. R. Mason Thomas is giving us some 6'2", 249 action. But I love seeing that PJ Adebaware is now at 261 pounds. So he's moved up. Brent Venables mentioned last year their goal was to get PJ at about 265. And of course, it was a struggle because of his frame and just the way he's built. He burns too much fat. And, they wanted to make sure to strengthen his legs and everything because he's dealt with some more so ankle issues or whatnot. And it looks like he may have gotten himself to the point where he's ready to show us that he's a 5-star prospect. So you got that. Grayson Halton's up to 284, so he's looking good at the 3 technique. But I think the bigger ones for me, though, is still David Stone, Dominic Williams, and Jaden Jackson all over 310 pounds with 313, 317, and 320 respectfully. That's big. Players I'm intrigued by is Taylor Wine at 6'4", 269. It's a nice size edge. And, of course, Nigel Smith flying up to 279 pounds from 269. So he's getting up there in the 280s range. And, hey, may slide interior or play some edge, depending on if he's still got his speed. But he may slide into the interior. I can totally see them leveraging there because I think he'd be really good as an edge there. And then, of course, your new guy, Jacob Henry, comes in at 281. Him and Ace Hodges at 303. So you've got most of your interior guys. Marcus Strong, 6'2", 303. He's over 300 pounds now. He was in the 290s all last year, and he finally got over 300 pounds. And remember, Marcus Strong, he got a couple of sacks at the beginning of the season. I think it was against either Temple or Houston, but it was Temple. So he got himself some sacks to get some action. And now I think he might be able to work his way into getting a little bit of game. Now, the one that was interesting, too, lastly, is Trent Wilson. He came in at 294 pounds on the sheet, but he said at the media day that he's over 300 on Wednesday. So these measurements may have come before. I believe these measurements are from March. The weigh-ins were from March 1st. So from March 1st to March 5th, he said he's added at least 6 pounds. Not going to be mad, not going to argue, but I'm pretty excited about it. Let me know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. Lastly, big position change. Jaren Kanak. He is listed as a tight end now. Yeah, guys. Jaren Kanak is a tight end. Look, I'm pretty excited to see that. I'm really ready to see what we get out of Jaren Kanak as a tight end because he's athletic as heck, and we've seen him in high school trucking people. Now we got to do is see him produce all of that. So, want to hear from you all. What you think about Jaren Kanak playing tight end? I'm pretty excited about it. I am very much excited about it. All right. Shout out to BetUS. Thanks for hooking us up. 150% bonus on the first deposit of $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. We'll drop a video later today on the Future Freaks list that I have put together from all the social media posts. And there's a lot of 26s that I want to point out that we should be excited about. So look for that this evening. And yeah, we'll chop it up soon. Peace.